Hey guys, it's Eric here at Farpoint Farms. Check it out. I love playing with drones. About 2 years ago, I picked up my first drone and it's kind of been an addiction ever since. I love these things. They're kind of fun to play with. Of course, I do occasionally crash them or lose them in a tree. But this one here offers something that none of the other drones that I picked up have had. And that is, they don't need a cell phone. As you may or may not know, I hardly carry one of those things. So not having to have a cell phone in order to operate and use this thing is kind of a cool feature. This is the Ruko U11MINI 4K. And I'll go ahead and get it out of the box here. I'll show you what we got. Then we'll take it for a flight. And just like the other one that I have a couple of Ruko drones, or Roku drones, whatever you want to pronounce that as. They all come with a nice case like this. Kind of keeps them out of harm's way. All right, now take a look. The big change is this. The remote control for this baby has its own built-in screen. And so instead of having to have your cell phone strapped to the top of it, it's an all-in-one unit. And man, I've been waiting for that. That is really cool that they decided to finally do that. Okay, I've got everything out of the box. Let's take a look. First, we'll take a look at the main unit here. This is the drone itself. Has a little protective cover that we remove here, accessing our camera, and it's on a gimbal, so it should give for a steady visual. It is got lights on there because it is going to go up pretty high. On the back here, remove this. There is one of the two batteries that it comes with. Slide that in there. Here's the other one that it came with. Of course, fold out legs and all the rest to make that work. It does have a spot on the side. Where was it? There. That's going to be for our micro SD card, so you can do onboard recording. And the footage is just incredible on these things. I love the quality of it. It does come with some spare tools and screws and some spare blades in case you damage the blades on these. Oddly enough, I have not damaged blades. When I crash these things, I tend to crash them pretty epically and it just breaks an arm off. Good news, you can actually buy replacement arms with new motors and everything on them as well. So the units are fairly robust, and this company, Ruko, actually gives you quite a bit of aftermarket support. Like they're gonna offer to fix that thing as far as being able to sell parts for it. Now the main doodad here. Let's take a look at this. Here is our wireless camera, controller, but with our built-in screen on this. It does have hidden on the back here, and I don't use these, but you can add joysticks to these little controllers here. I just go ahead. With mine, I just use them just the way they are. On the bottom, USB-C, and you can also put a card in here. So, transmission-wise, I found better quality coming right off of the card that's on this. Downside, if that gets stuck in a tree, never to be seen again, or goes into the lake like one of mine did, then you don't ever see it again, and there goes the card with it. Putting the card here allows you to have the downlink video footage, but it's not as high quality, which is just something you need to be aware of. But charging port there, batteries have their own charging port as well. And let's see, where is it on this one? I'm having a hard time seeing. There it is right there on the side, so you can charge both these. It does come with some USB to USB-C cables to charge with. And then it also came with this, which is kind of nice. It just lays on top of this. And it gives you an idea of the guide, like where we got the charging port, we have a lanyard hole, we have our flight controls, power up and down, status indicator, zoom wheel, like all of it, right? So up on top here, zoom, pan left and right. We have some buttons in the back here. And then we have buttons up on top, buttons here on the front, and then our controllers. So it's a pretty significant piece of machinery, but it's pretty awesome that it comes with all that stuff. All right, and then the user's manual. We have, like the quick start guide, just to get her in the air, obviously charge the batteries, remove the safety cover, confirm GPS search is activated. And there we go. Start the motors. And we have a takeoff environment. We want to obviously be in an open area. And it's a little tough for me, so I landed it in the gravel in my driveway if I'm here at the house to give footage, and we're going to see that later on here. But for me, it's a little hard because any other spot on my property is sloped, heavy grass, or woods. And so you can't fire those off in anything like that. Okay, manual is significant. It's big. You can see. Let's see how many pages. All in English. And it is 71 pages of information. Obviously, I will need to go through that. I got to charge the batteries on all these things before I do that. But let's take a look at some of the footage that it captured. Let's do it.